Hello, welcome to the Backlash. I was going to say it's a weekly discussion about the past, present, and future of Western civilization, but then I realized we do 2 shows a week. That's bi-weekly, right?
No, bi-weekly would be every 2 weeks.
So what is twice a week?
Twice weekly.
Twice
weekly discussion.
Yes.
I don't like it. You can find us on X at Real Backlash, our website, thebacklash.net. Support us on Subscribestar, Patreon. Send your super chats that will be read live at the end of the show at thebacklash.net/super chat. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's do a quick ad read so that we can just...
Get on with our lives.
No, Antelope Hill deserves more.
No, Antelope Hill, they're great. And I think there's a book, I don't have it on me, and I'd have to look for it, and I'm not prepared for that right now, but they're sending me a copy of a book that they're about to be publishing about like psychology and extremism. And so I'm going to like read it somehow. I don't really know how to read.
Did Sarah Stock write it?
I might have my wife read it to me.
Why don't you have AI read it to you?
Well, but then it's a physical book.
Oh,
I'd have to like scan it into the
You're going to have your wife read it to you?
I'm joking. I'm joking that I don't know how to read.
I like that book the most. The
Which
middle
book?
one.
The middle book?
Escape from Detroit. That's about our trip our AFPAC trip. We're running away from the black security guards.
That's fun.
All right, let's do the ad read because delaying the introduction is going to make it weird.
Okay, Antelope Hill is America's leading publisher of dissident books, including a wide array of both original works and new first-time translations of important historical titles. Our catalog focuses on bringing you books that mainstream publishers won't touch. Books that challenge the ruling orthodoxy on history, politics, and the twisted nature of the system that we live under. Among our titles are The Open Society Playbook, a deep dive into the web of NGOs and shadowy government funding that has recently come under fire in the USAID scandal for spreading left-wing ideological corruption at home and abroad. We are also proud to publish The American Regime by Christian Secor, initially written anonymously by the author while in prison for his actions on January 6th, examining how the American Leviathan functions. If you are listening to this show, you won't be disappointed in these or any of the books from Antelope Hill. You can view their catalog and make purchases directly from antelopehillpublishing.com, supporting independent creators and businesses directly. Check us out today.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, thanks so much. I am Rebecca Hargraves. I am joined, as always, by Mr. Dave Riley. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I like this biker chic thing you've got going on. Yeah.
It's got nothing under it.
I wore this on Jewcast last week.
Is it actually called Jewcast?
It's actually called Jewcast.
Is it a bunch of Jews?
Yeah, it was a bunch of Jews. It was Andrew Meyer and Mark Lobliner.
Lobliner?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then there was an Italian guy, but he checked out a little early. It was fun.
Because he's not Jewish?
Yeah. Well, that and I think he was just like not having what I was serving.
Oh, I see.
It was interesting too because I was like pretty hard on Netanyahu and what the Israelis were doing, and the other Jews were like, "We should have overthrown our country like decades ago," and I'm like,
Whoa.
"Holy shit!"
How do I get out of this?
Didn't think that one would have landed, but it did. So it was an interesting discussion. It's up on my YouTube and my Twitter or something. I don't know.
Nice.
Anyway,
Vince, how are you?
Good. Doing well.
All right, and today, the long-awaited guest, Sarah Stock. All week I've been worried that I was going to call you Sarah Soup because I make a lot of chicken stock.
I don't know where that came from.
Sarah
I don't think
Soup?
anyone's ever called me Soup.
No, it's this. I'm obsessed with making chicken stock. I can't stop myself. It's a real problem. So I think everybody knows you from this viral debate, this Jubilee video, because everybody hates Sam Cedar, hates him so much. I don't know. Do we?
How'd you get on that show, by the way?
I'm just on their casting list. I've been on a few other episodes too. I just had a friend who went on, so she sent me the link, and then they just keep on texting me and inviting me on. I'm going on another episode this weekend.
Really?
Oh, cool. What's that going to be about? What's that discussion about?
It's like one LGBTQ activist versus like 20 conservatives.
Based.
Oh, man.
That'll be fun.
Nice. Don't bring your kids.
Yeah, really. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got your start and your work history and what you've been up to outside of this Jubilee video?
Well, so I graduated high school in Canada, and then I just started work for Rebel News, which I'm sure you guys know what that is, right?
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're very well aware.
Okay. So I worked there for like behind the scenes stuff for a long time, and then I started doing reporting for them. I did reporting for them full time last summer. I've been in college for the past 3 years too. Then also I've done work with the Babylon Bee, with Turning Point USA, Yeah.
So this
I've
is
done a
all
lot.
before
I've done a lot
you.
of stuff.
This is all before that viral Jubilee clip.
Yeah.
Well, here we've got
got
the
it.
So
clip.
that's why
Play it.
people are saying I came out of nowhere, and it's like, no, I've been here.
Working for
But I-
Jews.
Yeah, I've been here.
Revolver
just like, kinda a little
Jews.
bit more behind the scenes.
All right, let's watch this
Here,
clip.
we've got
I'm
the
sure you've
clip.
seen it like 1,000 times. You're
Yeah,
like, ugh.
sorry to
Yeah.
bug you with this again, but we got to do it just in case other people haven't seen it. Oh, great. We're having a
Technical
technical glitch. Oh, no,
while Dave figures
hold
that
on.
out.
I don't need to figure it out.
All
I've
right.
got it. One
Got
second. Roadcaster, main multi-track, boom, go.
Nationalism, don't you think that's better for Americans in general?
To be xenophobic, nationalism is better.
We should have a coherent culture. Everyone should be a part of the same culture. We should have assimilation.
Which, do you get to choose what the culture is?
We already have a dominant culture.
What is the
based
dominant
on
culture?
European and Christian values and identity. That is the dominant culture.
White
It's
Christian-
rooted in European identity.
White, so your argument is that
That has been the
it's-
dominant culture.
Just to be
and
clear,
we're not letting people assimilate to that. We're saying you
Your-
should keep your culture, and this is why our culture's so divided.
your argument is that Trump is good for those who want a dominant white European culture.
I mean, that is what America is. It's rooted in European identity and Christian values. That's what it has been. Would you really disagree with that? What is it then, if that's not the identity of America?
Well, I think the identity of
For the
America.
majority of time, America's been a country. You don't think that's been the identity?
Well, actually, no. I think actually the identity of America has been,
It's a melting pot.
for better or for worse, a melting pot in that regard.
Yeah, maybe since like the 1960s. Even then, even we had this idea of a melting pot literally means assimilation too. It means melting. It means you're assimilating to the dominant culture. Is that not what melting means?
No, it doesn't
and
mean
now
that you
instead we're
assimilate
saying there's something
to
wrong
the
with
dominant
xenophobia.
culture. No, I mean, look, I got to be honest with you. You and I have a fundamental disagreement. We will never see eye to eye on this. It's a choice. And people, I think what you're expressing, though, is really what the Trump movement at its heart is about. And I think that's problematic.
I disagree. I don't think Trump's anywhere close to being a Christian nationalist. That's ridiculous. Trump's basically a Democrat from 15 years ago when it comes to social
So you
issues.
don't think that he's
True.
conservative
No,
enough for you?
Oh, definitely. Nowhere close. No.
He's not xenophobic enough for you?
No, he's trying to import a bunch of H-1Bs. Are you kidding?
Right. Oh, so you want to get them out too? Yeah. No, I mean, I think you're making my argument for me.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah.
The only point that I would really disagree with you on that is that I am totally anti-assimilation because we're going to have to kick these people out. And so I really
Don't want them to get comfortable.
I don't want them to get too comfy. I don't want them to put their comfy socks on and be like, I live here now. No, you GTFO. GTFO. Cheats.
I was
Yeah.
supposed to debate Sam Cedar on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. Do you guys remember? Do either of you remember my appearances on JLP's show?
No.
A couple of them. So I was supposed to debate him, and I guess he watched my Destiny debates, and then he backed out. But that would have been fun.
Was that before
Yeah.
This guy's such
or
a
after
slime ball.
Destiny became a cuckold?
I think he was always
Yeah.
that, right?
Okay.
But the melting pot thing, you know where that comes from, right?
Yeah, wasn't that Israel Zangwill?
Israel Zangwill was this book written
have it on your,
in 1916. Yeah, I got it up on my laptop here. In 1916, The
Oh.
Melting Pot. I guess it's not showing.
Hold on, more technical difficulties.
But we're
today.
good. I mean, that's she's totally right. I mean, it was the melting pot when they talked about this. It did work for a time when it was mostly Europeans coming into
Yeah.
the country. It worked for a time. There's a reason why our immigration laws were meant for mainly Northern and Western European countries all the way up until the 1960s is because they
Right.
had an easier time of assimilation. There were laws even against importing Eastern Europeans because they thought that Eastern European Jews would get into the country
Right,
and they
right,
would
yeah.
spread communism.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much literally what they thought. There's this act
I mean,
called
were they
the-
wrong?
Well, no, I guess not. I mean, you look at some of the acts that they passed, the Walter McCarran Act of the 50s. There was a few other immigration acts that were specifically meant to keep out Eastern European Jews because they were afraid of them spreading communism. The Statue of Liberty, many people don't know, they didn't even add that poem, the famous poem, to the Statue of Liberty until like 20 or 30 years after the statue was erected.
What was the chick that wrote that?
Emma Lazarus.
Emma Lazarus. Yeah, people
name
treat
was-
that like it's law.
Give us your tired,
You're
and you're
poor,
poor,
and
and
you're
you're
Huddled
hungry.
masses. Yeah.
Yeah,
she
how
was
about
Jewish.
not? How about give us your like elite billionaires? No, like that's where we're at now. We're
Yeah,
selling
also
these.
that's just like a poem. People act like that's in the Bill of Rights or something.
Totally. Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, the poem was added 30 years after the statue was built. And the person that wrote it, Emma Lazarus, she was Jewish. She was an Eastern European Jew. And she wrote, the poem was basically meant to spread the word about all of the pogroms that were happening against Eastern European Jews at the time, the Russian Jews. They were like kicking them out of the country. And so essentially, she was just like trying to get America to allow, Eastern European Jews to immigrate there.
And we didn't.
Here.
Did we?
And we didn't for a time.
For a while.
How did these other people end up on Jubilee? Like, did they handpick a bunch of like?
So you're an actress.
Yeah, really.
You are just being foisted upon the right wing. You're
No,
just
but
an
it's like
actress.
everybody else that's in there is some random ethnically ambiguous leftist. I'm like, did they handpick these people so that we don't know where they come from or what they believe? I mean,
No, I mean, they just have like open applications. Like anyone can apply on their website, but I think they kind of have their own DEI process when it comes to like who they bring on the show because I don't know, they want it to be like diverse or whatever. And they want people to be unique and say weird things. So that's why sometimes you'll see people debating on that show and you're like, why did they bring this person on when they're like clearly not smart? They bring the same people on over and over again. But yeah, it's just because like, they want like the clicks and everything. So it's like just whoever gets the most reactions. Really.
yeah.
It's a smart marketing tactic, right? To have these to get these clicks, right? To put these like to show these like short. They do all these shorts and all these like reels on Instagram, and people end up going to watch the full thing. It works.
Yeah, I mean, they don't
Get
even
tons
have
of
to
views.
defend themselves. Everything she was saying was totally sound, and then they dunk on her like, I don't even have to defend myself. You're making my point for me. Like, I don't have to present any arguments. It's like, no.
It's like, yeah, you do. This
Of course
is a
you do.
debate. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole point.
So do you see yourself as part of the broader conservative movement, or are you trying to carve out your own thing? When are you going to go full 1488 and join us? We're all a lot older than you, but I have high hopes. I have high hopes for you, Sarah Stock.
Well, I don't know. I'm just me. I just have my own views. I'm not like trying to be a part of any, I guess, specific movement.
That's what I used to think. Those were the days.
Yeah, we're all just sort of melting together now.
Yeah,
Now we're
really.
just
We're
one
all
big
just
melting
merging.
pot.
We're all just merging into the same sort of. I mean, my timeline's just like all the same shit.
It
Oh,
has
I know. It's
been
the
crazy on
same.
Twitter over like the last 48 hours since.
Yeah.
I mean, I started
More
to
than
see.
that.
I started to see some stuff about how we were moving some. Is it B-2 bombers and a couple of carrier ships over to the Middle East? And the moment that I saw that pop up, the whole thing just went straight like, we're doing anti-Semitism today, and every tweet one after another. And it's like, that's interesting. You kind of wonder if there's somebody at X that's like trying to stop it from happening. And he's like, I know what we'll do. We'll just like change the Twitter algorithm, make it all anti-Semitic, radicalize the American people, and then that'll stop us from going to war. Like you wonder if there's like someone at X thinking
I'm sure they're
like that.
thinking like that. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any sort of 4D chess thing going on there, but it's definitely the same shit over and over again. I'm kind of like getting bored of the timeline now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah, me too.
stock market updates. That's interesting to me. But like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I get it. I know about the dancing Israelis. I figured that one out in like 2008. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while. Like come back when you have something fresh.
Right.
Sarah, I know you're young, but are you already tired of the repeat talking points from so-called conservatives?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I got kind of bored of that. I think especially even just like going to like these conferences, it's like it feels like you're listening to the same speech over and over again. But I think it's just like coming from someone who's like so absorbed in that world, you get tired of it. But I guess like if you're like a regular person, you're hearing something new maybe.
Do you have faith that the normies are going to be converted? Uh-oh.
Did she freeze up?
Oh no. She got the call. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, good.
Did you hear the question?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah, we
you
can hear you
froze
now.
for a
Yeah.
split second. Did you hear
Did you hear my answer at all?
No.
Oh,
She said,
I'm sorry,
are you
I
getting
guess, like, my
bored of
network's
the,
just
or are you,
bad.
what was the question?
I don't even remember.
Do you think the normies will be converted if they
yeah.
hear enough TPUSA speeches?
Oh, I don't know about that. It was just like, it feels like I've the same speeches like over and over again at this point. But
Yeah.
that's also, I've just been in that world for a long time. So it's kind of like, it's because I'm like hyper political.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
What made you hyper political, or when did that start? I guess I mean, if you've been working for Rebel News and a couple of other joints, like that it's just not a new development. What I guess set you off?
probably, I guess like what radicalized me was like COVID. I was from Canada. Right? It was like, it was just bad in Canada. I never got a vaccine or anything. And like seeing how much the government actually affected life. Because I just, like, I was going crazy because everyone else was going along with this. And I was like, I don't know. I guess that's just what I would say radicalized me.
Interesting.
Sorry, you're for some reason the
You on
connection is not
Wi-Fi at the Starbucks there? I'm assuming.
good. No, she's at her dorm.
Why would you say
Can
that?
you hear me okay? I've been
Yes.
connecting to my hotspot
Ah.
because it's faster than the Wi-Fi at my school. But
Okay.
Oh
can
man.
you hear me okay now?
Yeah, it's better.
Going back to your
Okay.
Jubilee, talk, do you want to elaborate on sort of what you were talking about with Sam Cedar in terms of how we had a majority culture and it was expected of you to assimilate into that majority culture, whether you were white or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people brought up, like, it's kind of like a counter argument to that. They've tried to bring up like the Irish and the Italian immigrants and like the Catholics and everything. They're like, oh, these people weren't even considered white at one point either. And it's like, yeah, but we do have like WASP culture in America. Like we have that word WASP, we like white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. And that is kind of like what defines America. And when the Irish and Italians came over, there was like obviously some conflict there, but they did I would say like most of them kind of assimilated into American culture. Like if you meet a white person at the grocery store, you can't really tell if they're like Protestant or Catholic just from meeting them.
Actually, you can here in
Oh
North
my
Idaho.
gosh, here we
You
go.
can in North Idaho because the Catholics, all the women wear skirts.
That's true.
Yeah, the traditional
Okay,
Catholics.
well,
So, anyway.
there's Protestants who wear skirts too.
That's true. And then some Mormons do.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
I mean,
there's, like,
totally
there's
right.
Amish, Mennonites.
They wear the little hats.
When I first moved up here, I thought that they were like Amish or something, but they were Catholic.
They're just
I've never seen
Catholics.
that before.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
we
seen
just
that
don't have
before.
TVs. We threw out the TVs. Well, I mean, I've got a TV, but I shouldn't have a TV. Don't tell my pastor.
We've got two TVs that we're looking at right now.
Yeah,
Two
really.
We're on
screens
TV
that
right
we're looking
now,
at. We're
yeah.
on TV. No, but it's totally true. If you read, there's a book by Sam Huntington called "Who Are We?" and he talks about the Italian and the Irish immigrants and how they came in and they engaged in commerce with each other. They interacted with each other. They had to go to the Italians had to go to the Irish neighborhood to participate in the economy with each other. They had to find a way to make it work. They had to assimilate into the dominant majority culture, and it's that argument is so dumb that Irish well, I mean, you say this all the time. The Irish aren't white, or the Italians.
No, I didn't say you aren't white. I said you're lesser white.
Lesser whites.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
Wonderful.
But no, I mean, and one of the things is one of the reasons why they, for up until 1965, they said that 2/3 of our immigration had to come from Northern and Western Europe is because they spoke English. That was the most fundamental part of assimilation was language, and now we don't even have that anymore. You're not even expected to speak English anymore. So anyone watching that, any normal person watching that debate or discussion, whatever you want to call it, would agree with you. They seem to be sort of squirming to sort of provide a counter argument to what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like I'm pretty sure that an Irish and an English person have a little bit more in common than like an Irish person and an Indian.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Or like a
Definitely.
North African person.
So it's not even really comparable.
Right.
Like
All
there's degrees of differences.
Yep. So who do you think influenced your ideological framework when you were learning about politics? Who were you? What kind of content were you consuming?
I mean, I just like super mainstream stuff for a long time. Like, I was watching like the Daily Wire and like these guys and yeah, I guess like Daily Wire, like Charlie Kirk. Like I was watching those guys for a while. And then I guess over the past year, I kind of like expanded my field of knowledge a little bit more. I just like found people on Twitter.
Like who?
Like a few different people.
She's like, what have I walked into? Yeah,
perhaps?
Fuentes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like when it comes to like those ideas like nationalism and stuff, I like Keith Woods. Like he's influenced me a lot.
Okay, all right.
Irish, not white.
I never said that.
He's not really white, according
I
to
see
Rebecca.
somebody in the live chat that says that letting Italians in was a mistake. See, I'm not.
All right, can we
We
please
built
get
this
some,
country,
We
first
need to
of
get
all.
some super chats in
Okay,
here
hold
that
on
are
a second.
defending the honor of the Irish and Italian people, please.
We built this country.
Yes,
we built
did.
The
My
Irish and
grandfather
Italians.
built the ships that fought in World War II.
Yeah, I'm half
Yeah.
and half. We literally built everything. So
You guys
Italians
are
and Irish.
European
And we run the banks.
Negroes. That I just want to point.
And we
that out.
run. We don't. I don't think we run the banks. Wait, are you Jewish? Hold on a second. Who's
Wait,
we?
The Irish, obviously. You haven't
Oh.
seen the chart of like all the banking executives that are like Irish.
Well,
It's really funny.
we talked about this last
gonna
time.
pull
There
it
is
up.
always an Irishman alongside a Jew.
That's true.
You know, Joe Biden, he's Irish, and I mean, you could look throughout history. There's always an Irishman behind a Jew or
That's
in
true.
front of a Jew.
I heard you on Chrissy.
I think
Mer-
it's really the Irish that control everything.
That's
It
true.
could be.
We're totally wrong. I heard you
I
on.
saw someone made a chart at some point. It was like, look at all these.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
he's
that's
pulling
what
it
I'm-
up.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to pull it up.
allegiances to Ireland.
Here,
You're
I
never
think
gonna
we've
find
got
it.
it.
Oh.
Oh no, this is a Stone
That's not
Talks
it.
meme. This is not what I was.
Sarah,
looking
are you
for.
Catholic?
Yeah, I'm becoming Catholic, so I'm Catholic in like a month.
Ah, cool. All right, we're all Catholic.
Here it is.
Dave's the serious one.
Here it is. We've got
Vince to a lesser extent. Then there's me.
Yeah.
Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America.
Oh, that's so funny. I've never
Invesco.
seen this before.
You've never seen this clip before?
I saw that, yeah.
it's like really funny. No,
Nice.
I'm not Jewish. I'm Irish.
Are you sure? Because I get a lot of comments.
Do you want me to pull up the 23andMe?
No,
I can.
I believe you.
I will.
I'm just people refer to you as swarthy.
I know, and they keep saying that I'm sweaty too.
Are you sweaty?
Sometimes.
Beads of sweat running down his
I
face.
know.
Just always. Just 100%.
Can we pull up this
time.
piece that she did on Slightly Offensive? This was good work. I think that what's differentiating people on the right wing, I mean, a lot of it is whether or not they're against Israel, but most of it, I would say, is who is still on the Trump train. Not most of it, but some of it is who is still on the Trump train. So I was happy to see this piece, and in that Sam Cedar piece, you were pretty critical of Trump, which I appreciate. I mean, everybody acts like he's our guy. Even these two were
Yeah.
just guzzling hopium.
We were smoking
I
some
like-
hopium. It's
Yeah.
okay.
What do you mean we're? I still like a lot of the stuff that he's doing.
I've stopped smoking the hopium, Vince. I've
It's
gone through my
over,
withdrawal
man.
period.
I'm not smoking hopium. I'm just saying I still like a lot of the stuff that he's doing.
I'm just freebasing it like a
Listen, if he
while.
makes it to where anyone who makes less than 150 grand don't have to pay income taxes.
Bro, you're still paying taxes in 2025?
Fool.
Why?
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
You can just not
He's
pay
done
your
some
taxes.
good stuff. Okay, he's not our guy, but he's done some good stuff. He's
I
better
don't know.
than Kamala would have been for sure.
This piece is so good. Is this winning 5 issues conservatives conceded to win the culture war? And I think nobody's really paying attention to this. It's like, do people see that we've given up massive ground? The abortion thing, I think, is probably the biggest one on here. Oh, you want to scroll down
I
a
would
bit?
say also homosexuality.
Yeah, Dave Rubin. That's really funny. Okay, let's scroll
And
down to
his
abortion.
gay babies. His gay adopted babies.
This Melania Trump clip, has everybody seen this? I mean,
No, I have not.
all right.
We got to play it.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard.
This is why we banned
Without
the
a
Eastern
doubt,
Europeans.
there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth. Individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
Ugh.
Is this a book that she wrote?
Yeah, this was all to pump. He compromised on one of the most major issues for his base so that he could pump his wife's book. It's like, what are you doing, man? Of course, she did that with his permission. Probably,
I was gonna say, I kind of felt like it was the opposite. I kind of felt like she said that, like, so Trump didn't have to say it, but like to try to make him appeal more to moderates or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like these like invisible moderates, like no one who's like a hardcore pro-choicer is voting for Trump. So
yeah, I know. Where are these moderates? Everybody acts like Republicans should still be courting a voting block of moderates. I'm pretty sure we've all chosen sides at this point.
Yeah. No, they're non-existent. It's the money. It's about the money.
Was that a rooster?
That was my rooster.
Is that it right there?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see if we go to Vince's camera.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you
gonna-
can see
you
it in the
can
window.
See it in the
Oh,
window,
yeah.
yeah.
What a little bastard.
Oh, look at him looking in.
Yeah. He knows we're live. He's been crowing all day like a madman. I was about to shoot one of them.
Don't. Come on.
I've got 3. You only need 1.
Are you sure that's your rooster and not like an FBI planted rooster on your property?
Bro, birds aren't real.
Birds.
Birds aren't real.
Scroll down. I was on one. I had like a direction and I was going to ask her
Okay,
some
so we
insightful
went
questions.
through that one. Okay.
All right.
Overturn Roe v.
Homosexuality.
Wade.
The Dave Rubin thing was perhaps one of the biggest failures in alt media. I saw people just pop up trying to support Dave Rubin. And then
The fact that he named one of them after Jordan Peterson is so weird to me.
what a fag. Oh my gosh. Can we play this?
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
David, my husband, who you know, he's a little younger than me.
Gay.
He
What a
grew
little
up in a time
twink.
where he just thought he was going to get married. It wasn't a thing. I'm a child of the 80s. It was gay marriage and whatever else. And I struggled with all that. And we've done that on camera before, so I don't think we have to rehash that too much. But I grew up in a time not thinking I would get married. I never really thought of anything to the future, really. And I kind of just put everything towards my career.
This is disgusting.
And now
Yeah.
I've got David, who I'm FaceTiming with every night, whatever country in, telling me he wants kids. And I've got you on stage telling 10,000 people every night why they should have kids. And finally, I thought, man, if I don't do this, there's really something wrong with me. I'm with the person I'm
How does
supposed to
that
be.
help us? What is
How
he
does this help us
talking
at all?
about? How did those kids or what do you?
So he's going to engage in human trafficking and purchase a child so that it is like a status symbol. Like, oh, look, I'm just like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like think about those reasons. He's doing it because he wants approval from other people. It's like, you know, like where does the child fall into that? He's just
Yeah.
like putting his own desires over the needs of a child.
And worse than that, he's buckling from pressure from conservatives for him to have a gaby that he's probably
I
raping.
know.
Baby.
A
Who are
gaby,
these
that's good.
conservatives who are pressuring like gay couples
know.
to adopt kids?
Yeah, massive L. Also, he named his kid middle name Jordan, and then
Have you
Jordan
noticed-
Peterson cried. Ugh.
It's so nasty. Have you noticed that all these gay dudes always adopt or either adopt or through surrogacy have boy kids?
Yeah, I know. Doesn't Gay Rubin have twin boys?
I think they're boys, aren't
Yes.
they?
So does and Sam Altman adopted a son.
Of
And-
course.
Is Sam Altman gay too?
You know, like Shane Dawson did
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
A few other people.
And if-
It's always boys.
And of course, we know what they do once they've adopted them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Those are the ones that were like taking their kids to Disney and posting all those happy pics
yeah.
on Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting.
They were tapped into some child trafficking, like gay child trafficking ring too.
Yeah, that was in Virginia, wasn't it?
Good Lord.
I think that there was something. I saw the Virginia Project talking about how that was bleeding over into their electoral politics too.
yeah.
It's a mess.
It's heavy stuff. The thing is, it's not hard for them to find because there was this other story that I saw of this. There was this Mexican dude, gay dude, who was like watching someone's kids at a mall while they worked.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
ended
yeah.
up like calling all his gay buddies to go do stuff to these
What?
kids.
Yeah, I read about that
Process.
too.
And it was apparently so easy for him to find gay guys who were willing to do that to kids.
You know, half of gay men were molested.
I'm sure
as
it's
children.
probably more than
Yeah.
that. They're just probably not reporting it.
Yeah.
Feminism, I think we were compromised on the right in terms of feminist ideology from, I mean, how long ago? How long has it been since we've actually had
Forever.
traditional gender roles? Nancy Mace, she's the worst. She's the one with an eating disorder, right? Does she have kids?
She has to. I don't know.
Yeah, she's way too skinny. The porn thing, this Dennis Prager, I assume everybody's also seen this Dennis Prager.
No, we've got to play it. This is an important one
Oof,
because
man.
now didn't Dennis Prager just die?
No,
Oh,
I think
really?
that was fake.
No, he
Was that
didn't.
That was
was that
fake.
fake?
That was
Was
fake.
that fake news on
That
Twitter?
was fake, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, we have an issue up here where, like, for example, Idaho has just added PragerU as an official purveyor of educational materials in our schools. Oh, yeah. They are now an approved curriculum, PragerU. And all the conservatives were like, this is such a big win. This is amazing for conservatives. Now we've got, PragerU in the schools. And it's like, okay, number one, we already had Heritage Foundation approved. So that's like not good, but better than PragerU.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you know a little bit about Prager, you get things like this.
You use the word evil of animated child pornography, because I certainly would.
No, I would use evil only with behavior. That's where we might differ, forgetting the sex issue. You can't be evil. You didn't do evil if you thought evil. You did evil
if I'm
if you
masturbating
committed.
to animated pictures of pornography, I'm not doing something evil.
That's correct.
Yeah, I think that's despicable. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Really?
I'm glad he told me that to his face.
Yeah, that's just such a shocking thing. Dennis Prager is acting like he's morally righteous. That's not a behavior. That's just absolutely insane. The transgenderism thing is a problem. I kind of feel for Blair White. I gotta say, I kind of feel for Blair White. It sucks. I mean, and he's like totally aware that he's dealing with this mental issue and is really conflicted about it.
But if he's aware of it, like he's still making himself inserting himself into the conservative movement and just normalizing it just by like being a public figure and being publicly like transgender, like that's still normalizing.
It's still normalizing it. Yeah,
so,
I totally agree.
It doesn't matter. Like even if that's not his intention, he's still like subverting conservatism.
Yeah, because some people that are experiencing this propaganda outside of their families will be like, well, I can still be conservative and be transgender.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
No, you can't. You can't. Those are
But what about Lady
diametrically-
MAGA? He's pro-white now.
Hey, he's a cross-dresser.
Oh, true. That's right. He's just a
Same
cross-dresser.
thing.
Yeah. It has been so funny to watch Lady MAGA and Blair White. Blair White has been like openly questioning the Jews on Twitter. Have you seen this?
I was trying to find
Yeah.
it. I think he deleted it, but I was trying to find that tweet.
But it's just crazy how much the paradigm shift has
I
affected.
did see Blair White tweeting about the JFK stuff, wasn't he?
I think he deleted it.
Maybe we'll have to have
find
Blair
it.
White on the show sometime.
Nope.
No, we're
I
not.
will not under any circumstances do that.
I'll be out that day.
Yeah. But this was a good piece. What do you think that has Trump's most major failing has been since he started in this year?
I think just like the lack of deportations. We were promised the biggest deportation effort in American history, and it's like nothing so far.
People are insufficiently pissed off about this.
Yeah.
The H-1B
Like that was the
thing.
whole point of
yeah.
him being elected. That's why people elected him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of that. That's like his main promise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the lowest numbers.
How bad are they? Do you know, Vince?
Well, I have it up here right now, and I know that Kristi Noem, she did this video. I don't know if you guys saw this, where she's
I
standing
saw
in front of this like jail.
We should watch it.
She's like, Kristi Noem. Oh yeah, let's take a look.
Is she in El Salvador?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Or is that
Yeah,
where
it's
this
in El
is?
Salvador.
Have consequences for the violence that they have perpetuated in our communities. I also want everybody to know, if you come to our country illegally, this is one of the consequences you could face. First of all,
This
do
is
not
one of
come
the
to our country.
consequences you could face. So, okay, so what's so the question is, okay, will they actually be removed though? Right? Arrests are averaging around 300 per day, and actual removals are per day are way less. That's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. It's like an ICE arrest does not automatically equal a removal. There's a difference between an arrest and what they call an ERO removal. According to news sources, ICE facilities are at like max capacity right now, like 109%, 110% capacity, to the point that they're actually releasing people. They're releasing people from these ICE detention facilities because they can't deport them. A lot of times they are not able to deport them because of our laws, because of the way that our law works, our immigration law works right now. So we're looking at like 300 per day. Actual removals
That's
are
nothing.
right, and that's arrests. Our
Nothing.
actual removals are way less than that.
Do we
So
know
we're
what they
looking at-
are?
Basically
What the
no.
actual removals are?
They don't know. They stopped posting about it.
I've got this up. Despite the White House's glitzy PR campaign, the data shows President Trump isn't deporting more illegal immigrants than Biden. And so this is the chart, and it's low.
But I think that's even
Unreal.
misleading too, comparing it to Biden, because again, like we have the arrest data. Same thing with they say Barack Obama deported more people than anyone. Again, these are arrests. How many people are actually removed? How many people are actually deported? How many did they just like end their legal status for? That's like being counted as a deportation or whatever. The numbers are completely skewed, and we're not going to even see 1 million people be removed from the country by the time Trump leaves office.
That is like nothing.
Well, not only that, but we've got these the gold cards, the Howard Lutnick gold cards, where he's letting in several. I think it was 100,000 people basically just pay $5 million.
I think it's more than 5 million.
No, $5 million.
I know. I think it's more than that.
No, I mean what I was thinking is like if you're gonna, I'm pretty sure it is. I'll look it up when I'm done ranting here. But I guess my thought was if you're gonna sell people like foreign oligarchs citizenship in America, which is obviously going to have like a downstream effect on our electoral politics, right? Because if they become citizens, they can start donating in our elections, which is a problem. But if you're going to charge, $5 million for new citizens to come to the country, why not give current citizens the opportunity to sell their citizenship for $5 million? I would be able to get $25 million for me, my wife, and kids, and then I'd buy a shit ton of Bitcoin and move to Russia, and I'll be set for life. Like what are we doing? Like,
Yeah,
why not give like the option of selling your citizenship?
Right.
Because like at least then that's like net neutral as far as immigration goes.
Yeah.
You're not adding new people
That's
to
a
the
good point.
country.
I like that idea.
We should do it.
Have you been back to Canada recently?
I mean, last time, I guess I was there over Christmas break for a week.
Are you from a city there?
It's from a small town.
Was it looking worse? Because Cameron was just in Vancouver, and the footage that he showed us was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's even worse in like my small town, but it's definitely like I was in Toronto all summer and it's like terrible there.
Indians.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's literally like you're just like in India.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're not even in Canada. Like you're not even in the West.
That's
Unreal.
incredible.
People
Yeah.
don't even like, it's terrible. The worst part is like, you can't escape like it affecting your life because you just try to go like a Tim Hortons or a McDonald's or something. And like everyone who works there is like fresh off the boat and they get your order wrong every single time. And it's just like, I literally, like last time I landed in Toronto and then I was like hungry and I was like predicting this happening. I was like, okay, I'm like so tired right now. Please do not get my order wrong. And then I go and I'm like, okay, they're gonna get my order wrong. And then they got my order wrong. And I like specifically asked them to not get it wrong. You know what I mean? It's like,
Please don't get
you
this
can't
wrong.
even prevent it.
Wasn't there some scandal with Tim Hortons and their hiring procedure? Oh, are you
Yeah,
pulling
I mean,
that up,
they
Dave?
They don't even like hire like Canadians.
Well, I'm just reading this. This is from Reddit. Oh, God. Is Tim Hortons sponsoring Indian workers? In my city of 400,000, every single Tim Hortons has switched its staff over to Indian workers. This is on Reddit, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
And it seemed to happen rather suddenly post-COVID. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not making this about race.
But they
it just
smell.
happens to be people from India in this case. Is this an initiative from corporate to add more diversity to the staff? If so, I'd suggest perhaps adding other countries into the mix. Maybe some Japanese, African. Oh, that's the problem. It's just we have to have more.
It's not diverse. More diversity will clearly
Right.
solve this.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's not diversity
This
if it's
is-
all Indians.
That
first
is
of all.
like definitely
No,
one of
it's
the
kinda
most
true,
Reddit
though.
posts.
It's not. It's like just total India takeover.
What a retarded post. Their conclusion is to hire more Africans so that it's truly diverse. I hate people so much.
No wonder why that's still up on Reddit.
Yeah, really.
Otherwise, it would have been gotten
Don't
taken
take
down.
this the wrong way, but maybe we could have some more blacks and Scandinavians.
Yeah, really.
Like what? Okay.
So I think one of the reasons that people are, you've got some buzz around you. I mean, of course, it's because you're hot, but also everybody that's been in this sphere for, I don't know, how long have we been doing this? I've been doing this for 10 years. Dave, you've been around for a long time. You've been around for a long time too. Yep. 10, 15 years. We're tired. We're tired. People are really sick of the same talking points. Did you see that Andrew Anglin, he stopped writing at the Daily Stormer? He's just like shut the whole thing down. He's like, I have nothing else to say that I haven't already said.
Well, plus he keeps getting banned.
He's like the most banned person ever. He moved over to Un's Review and he's been releasing periodic articles. There's this sense on the dissident right that like we can't go over these talking points anymore or everyone's going to be suicidal. So I think that there is this drive to have some fresh faces in there. Why do you think you've attracted so much attention?
I think probably like one of the main things I just like said something it was like kind of like shocking, like owning that term, xenophobic nationalist. But also I feel like people just like the aura of the clip.
That was
it's like the
pretty good.
The visuals of like me versus Sam Cedar, and I don't know. People seem to like my confidence, I guess.
you are glaring at him.
I don't know.
Yeah, and you don't
like,
cower.
I'm just like I was kind of like laughing in his face a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we all need to be doing.
No, I mean, I think normal people are probably looking at that and just agreeing with it. Like people that can't say that out loud, right? That's why I think a lot of people get propped up on social media platforms because I think people see us as sort of their voice, right? They can't say the things that they want to say. So we say it for them and then they share it.
Right.
And then, the clip goes viral. It's obvious. It's actually something I said in my AFPAC 2 speech, AFPAC 3 speech, where I said that, everyone is expected to assimilate into the majority white culture and they're better off for it. Like you look at blacks. If a black person that acts white obviously is better off than a black person
They're
that
gonna
doesn't.
be successful.
Right. So it's like it's an obvious thing.
By acting white, do you mean like they show up on time and mow their lawn?
Yeah, remember that article a few years back?
Like mowing your lawn is white supremacy.
The components of white supremacy. It was just like I think one of them was being clean,
taking showers.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it was the Smithsonian white culture, right? The Smithsonian Museum.
I think it was the Smithsonian, the African American.
Here it is, white culture.
Museum. Yeah.
Rugged individualism. Family structure, nuclear family.
Jeez, so many.
Oh yeah, knowing my dad is white supremacy.
Religion.
I just love that it's saying this is all like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh, here it is. Time. Look at this. Follow rigid time schedules. Time viewed as the commodity. Aesthetics.
Plan for the future.
Being thin.
Holidays. Justice. English common law. Competition. Be number one. Communication. I mean, these are.
Grammar.
Grammar.
Yeah.
Conservatives had a big problem with this, but in reality, like this is white culture. Like again, we've said it so many times on the show. It's like people say Western culture is the best culture. Well, what is Western culture? Where does Western culture come from? It comes from white people.
Yeah.
And so, are you saying that white culture is the best culture? Oh no, white people don't have any culture. You guys can't dance and you don't season your food.
I know.
Well, then what are you talking about? Western culture is the best culture.
Yeah.
It obviously is.
Right.
So I mean, this is what people are expected to assimilate into. For most of American history, like you said, they were expected to follow these standards, and they're not anymore. They're not expected to anymore. They're not even expected to speak the language.
That's great. This is all a great development because it gives us an us versus them mentality, and eventually people are going to become more racist. This could not be a better development that black people are just constantly popping off. Come on, guys.
Well, have you scrolled through Twitter? I think
I like
we're
black
there.
people.
I think we're there.
I like black people. As a matter of fact, I got something in the mail today from my black friend Kanye West.
That is the biggest shirt I've ever seen. Why is it so big?
I don't know. They only had 3 sizes.
It was for his previous size. White Lives Matter.
Nice.
I got that one, and then I got the black one. I don't know where the swastika shirts are, though. I guess they're not in the mail yet, but.
Did you order some?
I tried to. I figured if I at least buy 2 of them, I could probably resell them on eBay for like $2,000 a pop. So I saw it as a money-making opportunity. A money-making
I couldn't believe you see him walk into the interview with that black KKK outfit. Dude.
But I mean, I think that there is something going on here now, though. A friend of mine sent me an article earlier today, which is kind of interesting. From do you guys watch the Z-Man or read the Z-Man blog? Do you even know who that is?
Nope.
No.
You don't know who that is? Sarah Soup doesn't know who that is either.
No one knows.
Well, okay. I guess I think he's the one that initially like doxed wasn't there like, what was the thing that happened? The Castle Stand Your Ground thing where like some like Hispanic guy tried to break into Zimmerman's house and then Zimmerman shot him or something.
Oh yeah.
Way back in the day. Right?
No, that wasn't Zimmerman. Was the guy who killed Trayvon Martin.
Oh yeah.
Well, whatever. Anyway, the Z-Man blog. This is the guy that like did all the initial reporting on that, and so he's got a very large boomer following. And so one of he's not boomer, but almost boomer friends sent me this. Changing Times published today. And it says, the one place where enthusiasm for Israel remains strong is Washington. The Trump administration is cartoonishly pro-Israel, often coming off as a parody of the old pro-Israel stance among conservatives, blah, blah, blah. But, the events of October 7th may be seen as a turning point for Israel's relationship with the United States. Israel seems to be losing the fight, blah, blah, blah. And he talks about how, people are no longer, or what did he say? He said, demographics are a big role here. As the younger generations are less white, of course, it also means that the actuarial tables are working hard against the pro-Israel position, blah, blah, blah. In 10 years, support for Israel will probably collapse.
That's funny. Totally. But that's being reflected in alt media.
It's going to happen within 1 year, not 10.
Yeah,
probably.
Definitely.
I think this is going to hit a lot quicker than people realize.
Especially if there's a war with Iran.
Especially if
in
there's
any
war with
capacity.
Iran.
I mean, there basically already is at this point. But like, if we just increase that even a little bit, like it's going to be like another October 7th.
Exactly.
So I guess I was just saying, like, I know that we're all sick of saying the same talking points over again, but I feel like we're this
so close.
We're like this close
to
the
most
pushing it over
promising indicator that this is happening is that alt media, that everybody's talking about it. Like Candace Owens, say what you want about Candace Owens.
I love Candace. I love black people.
Oh my God, I get it.
Candace.
But I've been following her RFK, her little fight with RFK and everything like that. And today she pulled up a picture of Rabbi Shmuley and she's like, and this actual goblin, this flesh sack goblin, like she's so pissed and she's so pregnant and she's just talking about Jews like all the time. So I think that she believes it, but I also think that she read the tea leaves a little bit and she's like, I'm not going to be relevant. Yeah. She left Daily Wire, like 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, she's dropped the Sabbatean Frankist.
That was only a year ago? God, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah. That was last spring.
And then Tucker's been talking
and then
about
Tucker's
it too.
been talking about
Tucker had a great interview with one of those Reformed Protestants today where they came out and said that Israel is Jesus Christ. It is the body of Christ on the church. That's what Father Maudsley said in an interview a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So
people have to talk about it. Like, what is Charlie Kirk even? Is Charlie Kirk? Has he turned it around a little bit?
No,
he's still kissing the wall.
He's still.
Well, they're really trying hard. I mean, the controlled opposition conservative Inc. is still really trying hard to get to wrangle in this narrative, but they're not. I mean, Daily Wire is collapsing, PragerU's collapsing. They're not going to be able to hold it back for much longer. Eventually, everyone's just going to come pouring over the walls.
Right.
And I don't think it really has anything to do with white versus non-white. I know that they see it that way.
Yeah.
Right. I think the ADL sort of jumped on the bandwagon, about the whole the whole anti-immigration discussion for a while because they thought that the non-whites wouldn't support Israel. But it's really like a generational thing.
Yeah.
That's true. Sarah, you work for Elijah, who's a fellow noticer. But are you, outside of that, are you feeling a lot of pressure to talk about these issues? Especially after the Sam Cedar thing with his face.
I don't know. No one's been pressuring me to say anything, like good or bad. I think I've been fine. I think a lot of people have thought that like I've faced some kind of like negative consequences or something for saying that, but like nothing's happened.
Nothing ever does.
Like my
happen,
life just got better.
Yeah.
5 years ago, something may have happened.
Yeah, but not anymore.
I was kind of curious. What is the take on, like, what do Canadians think, looking, from the outside in, about America's relationship with Israel? Do they talk about it? Is that something that, like, average Canadians notice, or what?
I think so. I mean, I think it's something like a lot of leftists care about, I guess, in Canada. Like, even at Canadian universities, they're like trying to like get their universities to divest from Israel and stuff. Like, they had Palestine encampments on Canadian campuses. But I don't know. I guess they probably talk about how America is controlled, but I think they talk a little bit about Canada too.
What about now? I'm going to show you an article here. I don't know if you've seen it, but some interesting articles and studies have come out recently in the past couple of days showing that India has meddled in Canada's elections. Is this something that Canadians are aware of, concerned about, or talking about?
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I feel like I'm a little bit out of touch with Canadian politics right now. Like, I know we have an election coming up, but I'm like, I don't know. That's not my timeline anymore. It's like all American stuff. But I mean, like, people on the right in Canada will talk about that, how it's like, for some reason, like, an overwhelming amount of our politicians are suddenly all Indians advocating for Indian causes. So, like, it's not surprising at all. Like, Canada has like the worst foreign interference. Like, has to be like the worst country for that anywhere in the world, because it's not like in America it's mostly what, like, Israel, but in Canada we have like the CCP controlling our election outcomes. We have India, we have Israel, we have like all these different countries.
Wow. Do you think we should annex Canada? Do you think we could help liberate them from this kind of foreign oppression?
Well, then you have to deal with all the new Canadians.
No, we just kick them
New
out.
Canadians.
It's kind of interesting to someone who's an immigrant, fresh off the whatever
the train.
Whatever you rode in on. A new Canadian just be like automatically just like so pro America and doesn't care if Canadians come in or not. Whereas you look at any other race, she's white, obviously. You look at any other race that comes over here, first generation, they're like fighting as hard as they can to bring in more people that look like them. So again, it's something we've talked about before. It's the only racial group that cares more about the society, the nation, the culture than their own, respective race are white people. And that's the reason why the melting pot worked for a while. But it didn't work after post 1965 because you started bringing in a whole bunch of other people.
Right. What percentage of America was white until 1965? Wasn't it like 90%?
It was almost
90%.
90.
Yeah.
It was almost 90%. And I think that those numbers, because I looked into it a long time ago, I've forgotten more stuff than, most people probably are aware of.
Even then, like, the 10% was probably African Americans mostly. And,
right.
I mean, I feel like
9%.
those are still Americans too, because they've been in the country forever too. They just kind of have like a parallel culture of their own. But,
right. For better or worse.
We literally voted on it.
Yeah.
We voted on it. We ratified it. It's part of the Constitution. They are Americans, but
Abe Lincoln couldn't get it done. No, I'm sure. I'm just
he did try, kind of.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it was like almost 90%, and then it just all fell apart after that 65
Before the Industrial Revolution, I think that 80% of Americans came from like heritage pilgrim stock.
Yeah.
That's how white everybody was. Man, we really screwed the
they were
pooch on this.
descendants from the original founders.
And I still think
also
half
used to
of the
have-
country has the original founding, like DNA of the original founding stock still. Yeah.
Not you guys, though.
Not
no,
us.
we don't. No,
not us.
Sarah, do you think, I'm going to steal a question that I read off of your computer.
Go nuts.
I'm going to. Do you think that Jews have
this poor girl
integrated and engaged in the melting pot of America? Do you think that they have successfully integrated with American life?
I mean, I feel like kind of not. Like, I feel like in like New York and stuff, like they have their own like villages. Basically, they have like the red string around.
Yeah, what's that called again?
The
on Sabbath. So I don't know. I feel like they have like their own parallel cultures. Like, but I mean, I guess some have totally blended in and stuff.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, some have. intentionally
Sam
or
Cedar.
unintentionally. No, I'm just
Yeah, really.
No, I mean, but
Ooh.
there are still a lot that care more about Israel than America.
For sure.
For sure.
But there
There are
are
a lot of
some that care.
Americans, they're goy, that care more about Israel than America.
That's true.
Yep, true.
That's true.
But
Actually, I mean, if you look at it by the numbers, the evangelical Christian Zionists way outnumber the Jewish Zionists in America, and I actually think that they might be
for sure.
not more of a problem, but let's not.
It's a
Let's
problem.
not give them a pass.
I mean, everyone
Yeah.
knows someone that has like a little bit of whatever Jewish in them or whatever that don't give a shit about any of this stuff. But,
Where's your 23andMe at?
Yeah.
oh, I've posted it,
Okay.
and it wasn't altered like Lauren Southern's was.
Ooh, shots fired.
It wasn't photoshopped like Lauren Southern's. I've posted mine.
I don't know. I kind of don't believe that, this Lauren Simonson thing.
I don't know.
Simonson.
Is
I'm
that her
not buying
name?
it.
Stupid.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
think that's
dumb.
stupid.
She also has a non-Jewish physiognomy. She doesn't look Jewish at all to me.
I don't know. I can't tell.
Every once in a while, somebody
really
slides,
bad
like
at that.
Scarlett Johansson.
We
she
just
doesn't look
always.
Jewish.
It's just blondes defending blondes. That's all we.
That's
get,
what this
That-
is about.
you know,
now
we're-
I
it's
understand
true.
what's going on here.
We are in a war against brunettes, okay? Lifetime war.
Yeah.
Totally true.
Yeah.
I'm the only person on the show with brown eyes.
That is obscene.
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Speaking of deportations,
Ooh.
Trump is deporting people literally because they don't support Israel.
Yeah.
How crazy is
Yep.
that?
Yeah.
I have a tweet up about this actually from WikiLeaks. Hundreds of foreign students in the United States have been told that they must self-deport or they will be forcibly deported for campus activism, including attending protests or posting on social media. So I said, first they came for the international students, and because I'm not an international student, I did not speak
You
for
can't
them.
help yourself, can you?
Right, no. But it's going to get bad. They're going to try to arrest people like us for supporting terrorism.
Yeah.
Well, just think
well,
about
it's
that
true,
for a second.
and I feel like a lot of the time, like they're pretending that they care about these like left-wing activists, but they really care about the right wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're just using this as a pretense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've been keeping tabs on these like anti-Israel students for a long time. You guys know about the Canary Mission?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
They have
It's
profiles.
not even an American org. It's like based in Israel. It's
Yeah.
secret.
It's a Jewish organization, Israeli organization, and they've been keeping. They've like profiles on people, and like literal like their doxes are up on their website. Thousands of people are up on their website. They have profiles. They talk about what school they go to. And
Lord.
no, I'm not on there. I'm not a
Can you
Nick's
look
on
me
there.
up?
Is he?
Nick Fuentes is on there. Yeah,
Ooh, that's a hideous woman.
I think Fuentes is on there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Why does Abdullah Hassan come up?
Where's the use that
guy?
picture of him?
Yeah,
Who
what-
is this guy?
I really don't want to ally with these Browns, but I guess I will if I have to.
I mean, yeah.
I don't want to ally with Abdullah Hassan.
I can't believe I haven't made it onto Canary Mission yet.
Are you disappointed?
I
See if-
figured I was.
Sarah Stock is on there.
Is she? Check it out.
Yeah.
Sarah
Look me up.
Stock. Nope.
No. El Zayat.
No.
Look at those eyebrows.
No. Well,
There we
there
have
you-
another Canadian, Sarah.
Oh, Alberta. How's Alberta? I heard about this Alberta. They want to secede from Canada and join America.
Based?
How's the demographics over there in
I
Alberta?
bet they're terrible.
Well, they've wanted to do that for a long time.
Yeah,
If that happened, the Canadian economy would just be totally destroyed. Because they're basically the backbone. Like they just have all the oil and that like supplies our economy, but then they just get like screwed over by the federal government. So they've hated Canada for a long time.
But is it like how is it there? Is it like
I think they've been getting a pretty bad immigration recently.
yeah?
I think it's been bad.
I know Vancouver's like toast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Vancouver's
Totally.
toast.
Same with Toronto.
We have to defend our northern border.
Yeah, really.
True.
I mean, there's people like at the highest rates ever still coming across our northern border.
God help me, but I'd rather have Mexicans than Indians.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Really?
At least they wipe their ass with like toilet paper.
Do they?
work, and they work.
They
work.
do, yeah.
And they're
Do some-
Catholic.
They do.
They're not-
And they're
They're
Catholic.
and
That
they're
is
Catholic.
true.
Yep.
That is a fact. What future plans do you have, Sarah?
I mean, hopefully just continuing doing journalism. I'm not done college until December.
Okay.
So trying to like not get kicked out. Trying.
You'll be okay. And you're working for Elijah?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll probably be doing work for him and a few other people like full time this summer, and then go back to part time for a bit, and then I'll just be like done. Hopefully, maybe like have babies at some point.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice. Don't wait too long.
She's like 20.
Still.
21.
Vince had all of his kids when he was
like
16.
20.
Listen, you want to have energy to be able to spend time with your kids. You
It's
don't
true.
want to be freaking 60 years old when they're 20.
Right.
I'm taking
That
this.
sucks.
I take personal offense to this.
Sorry. I mean, that you would probably agree, right?
Yeah.
Even if
I'm really tired.
My
yeah.
parents were 60 when I was 20. My dad is like, what, 72 now? 73? He's old.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, you guys both agree with me, obviously. Even though you didn't follow that, you still agree with me. This is something that someone brought up on Twitter. They're like, how can Nick be like anti-demographic change if he's part Mexican? It's like, dude, you can be like chubby and speak out against like the food, the poison in the food. Like you can.
It's not hypocrisy.
It's not hypocrisy, right? I mean, you agree that people should have kids young.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want.
I had them as young as I could. I got married
Yeah.
when I was 30. It took me a while to like get out of the malaise that all the college and high school put me into. You know,
Me
'cause,
too.
like,
And then I had a
honest to
delay.
God, thought that like if I had kids, I would contribute to global warming. Like I was that far gone in like
Right.
2009. You know,
That is the lie that they've sold to people for a long time. Yeah.
And my husband deployed to Afghanistan, so we had to kick the can down the road because I was like, well, what if you get zogged to death?
I'm not attacking you. I'm saying
No, I'm
most
just saying.
people. I'm saying
There
most
are
people
there
should
are
have
reasons
kids young.
to delay. Like the ideal situation for white people is to like they get together when they're 20 and then they have kids until they're 45.
based
Yeah, I mean the way the Catholics do it is probably the way. Like you should be still having kids.
10 kids.
Well, here's the thing. The thing is that most people don't. That's not the reason why they're not having kids because their husbands are deployed or whatever. It's because of the women. It's what the women are making excuses. They're saying they're chasing their career or whatever. And that's what's really kicking it down the road.
Right.
And a lot of people are buying this propaganda about global warming or kids are expensive or whatever. Kids aren't really expensive until they're like teenagers.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a lot of the stuff that we got we were poor when we first had kids. Like a lot of the stuff was hand-me-downs and like they're pretty cheap right up until they turn to like mid-teenage years. And the thing is that when you have kids, that's going to light a fire under your ass.
Yeah, and
right?
motivate you to make
That's
money.
going to motivate you to make money and
Totally.
better your life. Whereas if you don't have kids and you're just like, oh, eventually I'll have kids, and you're just putting it off and you're procrastinating, and then your life doesn't turn out as good and definitely not as fulfilling as it would have if you had kids young.
Right. You saw this Chappelle. What is her name? Chapel Ronan.
Chaperone.
Her name's so stupid. I don't even know what it is. She was like, I don't know anybody that's happy that has kids. It's gone super viral. She was on that slut cum dumpster podcast. What is it called?
Whatever.
No. With the chicks.
Call her daddy.
That's the one. Anyway, it's like, yeah, but when people have young kids, they're in the trenches. It's like saying, I hate training for a marathon. Like I'm unhappy when I'm training for the marathon. It's like, yeah, but there's a larger goal here and it's sucking temporarily. That's not a reason not to have kids.
It's hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
But a lot of things are hard.
Yeah.
But it's fulfilling.
All worthwhile things are hard, aren't they? Yeah.
Totally. 100%.
Anyway, this is our way of shaming you into having children post haste.
Yeah,
Well,
hurry it up.
I'm working on it.
No.
It's crazy how many people come for me for that too. They're like, wow, you're childless. And it's like, yeah, I'm 21. I don't know what you want from me. Like, I'm not married.
You can't call somebody childless until they're
At
out.
least 30.
No, until the possibility of them having children is gone.
I guess.
Well, 30's kind of pushing it. I mean,
30's a little late. You gotta.
Yeah.
You know.
Because don't you lose like 80% of your eggs? Or
Are we gonna bring that back? Remember the egg check meme? My wife hated that.
Yeah.
My wife hated that.
It is true that you've lost 90% of your eggs by the time you're 30. However, you've lost 75% of your eggs by the time you're 12.
Let's not go there. Maybe
It's
not.
true.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true. Yeah. You're losing eggs when you're a fetus in your mom's womb. You're losing eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true.
I think we're talking about a different way.
I'm 100% sure. I've done a lot of
Got
research
it.
on this. So you have lost 90% of your eggs by the time you're 30, but your fertility.
Are there stages? Is it like, and then?
It's one a month, bro. One a month.
No,
Okay.
you lose more than one a month because you lose the entire pool of follicular development. So
What is that? I don't
Are there
like talking about
wait, are
female
there just like
reproduction.
egg dumps that happen?
I don't
You're
like
like you
this.
lose them at 12 and then you lose them at 30.
Do you
so
guys
are there just like massive dumps that
Do you
just...
know anything about a woman's anatomy?
No, not really.
You're just always losing eggs. You're always losing eggs. You know,
Got it.
even a woman that's 40.
Okay, so it's not like at 12
Oh,
and
for
then
God's sake. No. A woman that is 40, she's still, her 1 year probability of getting pregnant is 85%.
Okay, got it. So so you're speaking to the people who are older who maybe think it's too late for them.
No, you should keep
Great.
trying. Yeah.
I'm
But if you're
speaking to the
young,
people
you
who are
should
younger.
you should get on it young.
Get on it,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Before you're 30.
Yeah, get married before. I mean,
I think she hates us.
Yeah,
probably.
she does.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
I
We're sorry,
apologize.
Sarah, where can people find you?
Follow me on Twitter, Sarah C. Stock.
Sarah
And-
C. Stock.
Yeah, and then follow my Instagram too. I'm trying to get my Instagram followers up.
Okay, what's
Trying to
that?
get
Same?
to 10,000.
Same at?
It's sarah.stock.politics.
Hold on, we're coming up. There we go.
There we go. There she is. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. We really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me on.
Bye-bye.
It was fun.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, we're going to go to super chats here in a moment, but I think we have another ad read.
Sure. We got two more.
We've got several ad reads. Well, first of all, I want to talk
I think
about.
she hates us. What do you think?
Well, I mean,
We really,
you really laid it on thick early.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
She's a college student. I mean, what?
I know.
She's literally like almost the age of my. She's the age of my kids.
Yeah, but we really smacked her with that Jew stuff pretty hard.
Whatever.
She's okay, right?
She's great.
Okay, it's okay.
She's fine.
She's fine.
I think. I mean, she's definitely been in the sphere of these, like,
She works with Elijah.
TPUSA and the Ezra Levant type people, but at the same time,
Ezra Levant.
but she's not with them. It doesn't seem anymore. There's absolutely 0% chance that she'll get back with them after coming on this podcast.
I don't know.
News.
She didn't say
Tommy
anything
Robinson.
incriminating.
No.
Tommy Robinson's gonna bust in with his freaking.
Oi, mate! You got a license for that?
Kinsey messaged me and she's like, "Hey, I have brown hair and green eyes. We're not in a war."
Uh-oh.
Whatever, Kinsey.
Speaking of Kenzie, we need to get you on the show, by the way.
That'd be awesome.
Because she's been absolutely fantastic.
She is.
She
She's
loved our
always
clip.
watching.
I keep
Our
like
Twitter clip.
I need to get like a real ad read for you, Kenzie. Like something that like strikes fear into the heart of anybody that doesn't have gold or silver bullion from atlasbullion.com/backlash/. You've got to put that extra / there at the end, I think. There might be a
You said / /
son of a bitch.
See, it's so hard.
This is difficult. It is. Okay, whatever, man.
No, it's hard. I do it all the time.
Atlas
I'm not
Bullion,
criticizing you, dude. It's okay.
atlasbullion.com. These guys are absolutely fantastic. I've actually been having a great time like talking with Kenzie on the phone and like, just chatting about like the market and like, what's the best way to
just
like
cool.
accumulate things. She like really knows her stuff.
She does.
They don't pressure you into buying. They are like honestly just like, let's help you get whatever it is that you want.
But you better fucking buy it.
You better buy it. And so you can go on their website, atlasbullion.com, and they have these subscription programs, which are pretty cool. Last Wednesday, I think we opened a box that was pretty much like what their diverse subscriptions would have been, right? Where you get gold, a little bit of gold, some silver.
We've got a clip that
We've
Atlas
got the
Bullion,
clips.
Quote tweeted here. Best reaction to an unboxing that we have seen. Let's play this clip here real quick.
Please.
Take me off the screen.
Hold on.
Take me off the screen.
How do I take you off the
me
screen?
home.
Take me home.
You look like my baby
tonight.
right here.
What the
Here's-
fuck?
Oh,
Dude, look at this.
hell yeah.
They want us
Dude,
to rub it with our hands.
Holy
Ugh.
shit.
What?
You're not going to believe this.
I think maybe it's a good time to do this unboxing.
Go ahead.
let's
There's
go.
a knife over there.
Stab Vince and just use
Don't
the knife.
do it with your face. I
caught myself. What's in
Okay,
this
so atlasbullion.com
What's in the
slash
box?
backlash.
Yo, what the
Here's-
fuck? Dude, look at this.
Hell yeah.
They want us
Dude,
to rub it with our hands.
Holy
Ugh.
shit.
What?
You're not going to believe this.
Poor Cameron.
What's that?
This is real silver. Okay, all of this has to go in the corporate vault.
Yo, what?
Show the camera that.
Whoa.
Look at that.
2 Reichsmark.
2 Reichsmark piece. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Dude.
So
what the heck?
We got a really cool box from, and then even better, right? So like last week, there was that whole Studio Ghibli thing that was taking over the internet. So I made the thumbnail Studio Ghibli, and then I got an email from a guy in like Finland, who is a professional storyboard artist, by the way, and he drew this for us, which is like so funny. And like super cool.
Why does Vince look like such a gap tooth?
I know, and also the nose. Hey,
Yeah.
but most people won't get it unless they watch the show. That's why we had to quote tweet the
Z Backlash.
Z Backlash.
Really
I like the Cameron expression.
That is some attention to detail right there.
Yeah, it is.
That is what Cameron looks like all the time when we're talking. He's like, why am I interacting with these
freaks?
So that's what I was
class.
thinking about. Bring up that drawing one more time.
Hold on.
So I was thinking. And get your super chats in. Let's try to get close to killing this gray bar tonight. I was thinking like his reaction, Cameron's reaction in the drawing. What was the artist going for? Was the artist going for just sort of like his pity, like these peasants, or was it like he wanted to be there and he was sad that he can't be there in person?
No, he thinks that we're peasants.
He thinks
and
that
idiots. Yeah.
Probably right.
It's like looking at all of us like fighting over like a small little silver coin.
I know. Like a little tiny pot of gold.
You peasants!
Yeah.
I can't believe you're not already all in.
Yeah,
right now.
really.
But anyway, you can go all in. You can go all in on
Clip the
gold
coin.
Clip
and
the coins.
silver at atlasbullion.com/backlash. And these are really great products
Hey,
that
you
they
did
have.
it, buddy.
Should we do a shout
do
out,
it.
or should we not? Or should we not do a shout out
For what?
I don't know what that means.
to some people who have already used them?
No, we should
No?
not. We should not do a shout out.
Well, I'm not saying like call their name out, but I'm just
I don't even know what their names are.
big shout out to those who have used Atlas
To
Bullion.
everybody, because people have. We've been seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Some nice people have
Yeah.
been using Atlas Bullion.
Yep.
Some people that did some things.
Some people that have done some things.
And I think it deserves a triple salute.
Yes, triple
actually.
salute to you, whoever you are. You guys are.
My heart goes out
Fantastic.
to you.
Oh boy. And we have another commercial that we can play.
We have to keep it anonymous. It's like we can like it's if anyone ever donates big Bitcoin to us, which hasn't happened yet, but if they do, we can't give them a shout out, right?
No.
Why?
Well, we don't want. We want to keep that private.
Oh, okay.
We want to keep that private. And,
Well, it hasn't happened, so.
I mean, we can give a shout out to them, but not say anything. Like not saying like,
No.
yo, shout out to the super chat on Bitcoin or whatever.
True.
Anyway,
we've got another commercial for you here that we can play.
oh man. Lampshades in stock anymore, but we do have plenty of soap. IdahoTallow.com to get your natural beef tallow soap. It smells
He's so proud of
good,
himself.
and as you saw in one of the episodes, it tastes pretty good as well. We don't recommend eating it, but I had some problems here with my skin. Some redness, some eczema, and it doesn't cure anything. We can't say it cures anything, but it definitely stopped that from happening since I've been washing my face with this one. This is the soap that I've been using. IdahoTallow.com. Make sure to order yours today. This is a small business, family-owned, sponsor of the show, The Backlash. So make sure to go to IdahoTallow.com and check it out.
This is all a grift. What he's actually done is he's bought that skin cream that celebrities use that have foreskins in them.
Oh, no.
And that's what cured his eczema.
Oh, no.
No, I just still have my foreskin, and I
You
just
just
rub it on my face.
Wait, like your removed foreskin or like your actual attached
I have
foreskin?
I have my foreskin in a beaker. What are those glass things called?
You have your
A beaker?
foreskin in a beaker.
A beaker. My foreskin in a beaker.
Like that toe I have in the jar?
From when I was a baby.
Yeah.
Baby Vince.
Baby
So,
Vince's foreskin.
So anyway, Idaho Tallow is running a giveaway right now on their Twitter account. I think on their Facebook as well. I could be wrong about that. But they are giving away soap and or sugar scrub or face balm or whatever, go to our Twitter. We retweeted it. All you got to do is like it, leave a comment, and then retweet it, and you might be able to get yourself some free skincare products.
Yeah.
Didn't Right Wing Watch retweet that clip?
Totally. They thought that our
did.
sponsors were going to can us.
Yeah, that's so funny.
They did. Where is
Stupid Right Wing Watch.
Thanks for the
I think I
getting
can-
more eyes on this
Yeah,
soap,
really.
dude.
How do I? Oh, I
you
can't.
can't. You won't be able to unless
I
you're.
can't.
Yeah.
On the app, you can. Hold on. Let me pull up Right Wing Watch.
Someone said like Tom Green kept his ball. I totally forgot about that. He did do that.
Wait, what?
Didn't Tom Green keep one of his testicles?
Did he have cancer?
I think he had to
There
have
we
it
go.
removed or something.
Well, obviously, this was intentional. They seem quite happy about having a Holocaust
there you go.
denying white nationalist
Yeah.
promoting their product.
Dude, it's total bait. They fall for the bait all the
All
time.
the time.
All the time. Yeah, see, here's the original one. We're no experts. And they said, thank you. And it's funny, too, because it's like, we have a really great deal with these guys. And the whole point is that they want to make and sell soap. They don't really care. I think they might even be sponsoring Jewcast now, by the way. I don't know.
Really?
It's possible. But they don't care who is shilling the product. They just want eyeballs on it. So then we say outrageous stuff, and then that gets more eyeballs on their product.
Exactly.
Like, this is
was
how
all
marketing works 101. And Right Wing Watch gets a Fell For It Again award.
Yeah.
Maybe we could make one up and mail it to them.
Yeah, really.
But anyway, go to idahotallow.com. Let me pull up their website, idahotallow.com. And they also now accept Bitcoin, which is fun. So if you want to shop in Bitcoin, you can do that, and it's free shipping. So if you want to save a little bit on shipping, you can do that with Idaho Tallow.
Nice.
Okay.
Sweet.
We are now done with the ad reads. Hope you got your super chats in.
I'm feeling insecure about this interview. I think we were too mean to Soup.
Someone says they're just committed to selling the most delicious soap. They are. It's so true.
I like the name Sarah Soup. I think that's kind of funny.
She's like, where did that
I hope it
come
sticks.
from?
Or maybe not. Maybe I hope it doesn't stick. Maybe that would just be like a nightmare for her.
I feel bad. I hope we weren't too mean.
We weren't mean. I think we were good. I mean,
I did immediately ask her why she's worked for so many Jews.
yeah, so it's a question. It's a valid question. You're allowed to ask it. Okay.
Okay.
Moving on to the super chat portion of the show. Let's see.
Oh, is that your little baby?
Yeah.
Aw.
It's dinner time. Okay, here we go. Bill Biz sent $25.
Hi, buddy.
It was great to watch Sarah dictate a little truth to Seder.
Yeah.
Very true. It was a good clip. Everything about it
was good.
Perfect for going viral. Very good. Noticer sent $5. Love Elijah Schaefer, but I don't trust the new Lauren Southern over there. Happy that we let her go before we got to this section of the show.
I thought this might happen, so I had a plan.
It's okay. Big Mad Lad sent $5. Black women have by far the highest abortion rate and account for 38% of abortions. Fighting against blacks and non-whites getting abortions, especially in the South, is not in the best interests of whites. Why help those that will grow up to hate us? Because murder is wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Big Mad Lad.
Speaking of Big Mad Lad, he had a clip. I think he posted a clip, and I think the Backlash responded to the clip.
I think it's possible. Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
there a
Click on
reply?
that. Yeah.
Is it in here?
Yeah. Go all the way to the bottom because they flag him for spam.
No, I thought I responded to it.
You guys.
Oh, it's this
There it
one.
is, yeah.
It's this one
Yeah,
here.
pull it up.
Watch this. Oh, where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. Ready? This is funny.
Tallow soap, but I couldn't find the racial cleansing option. Big Mad Lad sent $5. I went to order some North Idaho tallow soap, but I couldn't find the racial cleansing option. Is that scent still available? Also, can you start selling lampshades too?
Oh my God. I told you guys.
Bro, they're going to pull the contract if we do this.
I told you guys.
No, that is
will
not
never.
what they do. This is a different, they have three options.
Start selling
Peppermint vanilla, sandalwood, frankincense vanilla, and coffee scrub. There is no
and racial cleansing.
No.
That's
We're
funny.
gonna get our asses handed.
That's
to
such
us
a
by
good
these
idea.
sponsors.
We should ask them.
They have skin lightening creams. And I'm just saying that maybe Idaho Tallow should do a soap bar with like a little bit of skin lightening cream and then call it racial cleansing.
I told them the other day that they need to start doing sunscreen
Oh, yeah.
because white people burn.
Yeah. And
Right?
that shit is filled with endocrine disruptors. Every
It's
kind
really,
of sunscreen.
yeah,
It's
the
really bad.
normal sunscreen's like.
I don't know
really bad
why
for
I
you.
thought that was so funny, that super chat. It's such a low tier, like.
It was very funny.
Like,
It was very funny,
But,
yeah.
But now
was
Big
just, like,
Mad
dying.
Lad owes us another $5 because he's basically double dipping now.
Yeah, what
You
the
don't
heck?
owe us anything.
Reinhardt sent
That was
$25.
hilarious.
The complete failure of Trump to deliver deportations should be all the reason people need to write him off as a traitor. But I hear nothing but excuses from his supporters. They are broken. The only thing left is to work towards racial separation.
Reinhardt is always correct. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything that's incorrect.
I like him.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes Nick, though.
He might be right about that.
Someone says I'm not washing my face with cow.
Cow.
Isn't that what also isn't soap made out of like pig lard?
I've
Mostly?
been looking into this. So like if you have like Irish Spring or like Dial or like whatever you buy from like Walmart, it's not even actually soap. It's detergent. You can like ask ChatGPT about this and it'll give you a whole education on it. But detergent is not soap. It is
Right.
different. They kind of pulled a switcheroo in
Yeah.
like the 70s or the 80s and they started taking all of this industrial byproduct and waste and then turning it into detergent. And then that's what they're calling soap.
Isn't that where seed oils
but
came
it's-
from too?
Yeah, it's not actually soap. It's
Also,
detergent.
if you
and
eat
it's a
meat,
poison.
then like where's the why are you getting disgust from this? I mean, you're just putting it on your skin.
Yeah.
You're literally ingesting.
Well, then that's the thing too, is like you get in a nice hot shower, your pores open up, you start absorbing whatever it is that you're like rubbing all over your body. If you're like rubbing poison all over your body,
Yeah.
guess what you're ingesting? Guess what you're absorbing?
Yeah.
So like
Right into your balls.
yeah, you don't want to be scrubbing your balls with detergent. You wanna
Well,
be
okay.
doing it
So
with
what
soap.
was soap made out of back in the day?
Animal
Tallow.
fat. Yeah.
Fat,
Pig
animal
fat, right? Mostly pig fat.
No, it was usually tallow.
It was usually beef fat.
Yeah.
And the reason why they use fat is because it's so slippery that it helps to remove the dirt molecules and all of the bacteria.
I don't
Is that
think
true?
it has
I have no
anything to
idea.
do with that. No,
I think that's what it was.
No, it's
right?
because of the chemical reaction that happens with lye and like soda ash that they would use. They would take the fat and you mix it with lye, and that's
Oh,
how
I
you get
see.
soap.
Oh.
So,
Okay. So
there's-
this is
there's
just
a-
the old school
there's
way
an
of this is just the
exothermic
natural way
reaction.
of making soap.
Yes, this is how soap would have been made in like in the 1700s.
Except it smells way better and
Yeah.
tastes
It
good
smells way
too.
better.
We don't recommend eating it.
It does
but
not taste good.
We don't recommend. I guess you can.
I mean, I
but-
guess you can make your
I
kid.
guess
You
you
could force
can.
your kids to eat it if they're like using the F word. 'cause they've been
absolutely not.
listening to the backlash, listening to us use foul language
I know.
a little too much.
Remember that time that we tried to stop cussing and it lasted
Yeah.
2 weeks?
I thought it lasted like 30 seconds. Big Bad Lad sent another $5. Have you
bud.
guys been following the Randy Fine race? He's a Trump-endorsed anti-free speech Zionist Jew who pushes anti-Semitism laws. He's in a plus 30 Trump district and polling within the margin of error. Is this the JQ going mainstream cause for hopium? Where is Randy Fine? Where is Randy Fine from, by the way? I mean, Mr. Political Consultant over here doesn't even know what district Randy Fine is in. Help me out here. Tucson, Arizona? No. Where is this? He's a gambling executive? Florida. He's in Florida. Is anybody running against him? Or was that what Eshan Jorder, he was running against him, I guess?
Yeah, right.
And
yep.
he got creamed?
Yep, that's right.
Well, this sucks. Reinhardt sent $25. Guys,
Hey.
the lost eggs propaganda is just a psyop to make white women give up on having kids because it's too risky
Yeah.
or that there's no point in trying. Women should be essentially having kids until menopause.
That's truth, yeah.
True. Absolutely. That's the only way I'm going to get to 10.
10 kids, God.
I want 10. I want 10 of me running around like little terrorists.
They are like you, yeah.
Calling people on their shit, like no filter.
The middle one is sweeter
The
than
middle
you are.
one is so sweet.
he's a
Yeah,
sweet
he's a little nice little boy. Dior Surgam. Oh, geez. Help me here. Dior Surgam, 1913.
I'm blind. I can't even remember what that says.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see
Sent
too.
$25. White genocide is happening. Zog is real.
Ain't that the
So
truth?
true.
So true, fam. Mr. Bing Bong sent $10. Another great show. God bless you guys.
The way you said that.
God bless you, Mr.
God
Bing
bless you
Bong.
too.
God bless you. RWDS Anon sent $10. Great guest. What is Sarah planning next? Well,
I don't know. Disavowing
she
the
said-
backlash. That's
she
her
said,
first move.
we'll probably see a disavowal, and then I think she said she's going to finish school and get married and have kids. So
Yeah.
that's what's next for her.
Oh, here's what I was thinking about here. Soap molecules have a unique structure. One end is attracted to water, and the other end is attracted to oil and grease. This allows soap to emulsify oil and grease with water, making it easier to wash away dirt and grime.
That does make sense. You were
I
just,
remember seeing some
Yeah,
like
but then-
science video in my classroom from a long time ago, and I remember I just vividly remember that like the molecules.
Well,
being
the
lifted
problem
away.
is that you explained it like a retard.
Yeah, true.
But that
True.
makes sense. What we just read.
Yes.
Yes.
Here, now
No,
I'm doing-
no more, you spurgs.
What's the difference between soap and detergent?
Biodegradable.
Yeah. Detergent
there you go.
made from synthetic chemicals, usually derived from petroleum products. So, like when you're using soap from the store, you're like literally just like slathering your body in like Saudi Arabian oil petroleum byproduct.
Excellent.
Big Mad
For all you
Lad
crunchies out there.
sent $5. Thanks for the shout out. Great show as always. And over on Entropy, we've got a $15 super chat from Obadiah Vandal. Said, another excellent show, guys. Did any of you see the recent, quote, "Is America the enemy of Europe" stream from Semigog hosted?
I did not.
That Semigog host. Who's Semigog?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Guests were Frody Midyard, Martin Sellner, and Academic Agent. Was very interesting and insightful. Could be the basis of an interesting topic here on Backlash as well. Well, Martin's a good friend of the show. We'll have to take a watch. That'd be good. And get him on, by the way. Maybe after
A
the...
lot of great guests coming up.
Oh, yeah, we do. We can...
We do.
We'll
We
get
do
to the
have some guests.
promos in a second. Blue Eyes White Dragon sent $10. Love you guys. Look forward to watching every show. There's hope for Zoomers. Just bought my first home for $500,000. Able to pay it off in 5 to 10 years, all through
Nice.
my own work. Is it worth it if this country is going to die in 5 years? You guys are awesome. And besides, Nick are the only streamers that I watch.
Well,
Oh,
I
that's
think
so
it's
cool.
more of a reset, right?
Yeah.
I think it's more of a reset than a death.
There's
And a
something...
reset for the good.
Something coming,
Yeah.
I think. Either a switch to gold or a switch to Bitcoin. There's definitely going to be a switch with the underlying monetary assets of the world. Hopefully, we can talk about this more with Cam on Wednesday.
We do have a gold v Bitcoin thing going on in our group chat.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like Cam keeps coming like, yo, you need gold. And then I'm like, bro, you need Bitcoin. And then we just keep sending clips to one
I
another
know.
trying to
Today I
convince each
opened
other.
Telegram and I had 64 missed messages. I was like, what? It's just
funny.
Bitcoin gold.
Here's the thing, though, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and you know, I was talking about this with my wife, like going over our finances. We double pay one mortgage payment a year,
Smart.
which actually takes the entire length of the mortgage down by 8 years. So instead of it being a 30-year mortgage, it'll be more of like a, you know, whatever 8 minus 30 is. Actually, I think it's
30 minus 8.
For us, it'd be a 15. It takes it down to 15 years. But here's the thing. If we expect inflation to get worse, right, because we've got $36 trillion of debt that we have to repay back, and the only way to do that is by printing more money, then necessarily we're going to have to print more money.
Yeah.
And if we print more money, then the value of your dollar today is going to be greater than the value of your dollar tomorrow. So why would you pay down tomorrow's debt with today's dollars?
money. Yeah, there's an argument to be made. But Cameron's
You
always
should
saying get out of
be
debt.
buying gold with Atlas Bullion, perhaps.
Yes.
Send a little money
That
over
was
there.
shameless.
Stack a little silver.
Are you
and
worried about your
then-
family's future? Do you want your family to starve?
I feel like
to
I've watched
death?
like if you watch Fox News too late into the end of the
Yeah.
end of the night, like
It's like
It's like a
Sebastian
combination.
Gorka
It's like a combination of
talking
like
about your
gold
prostate or
commercials and
whatever.
then like, you need to help Israel. You can donate food to like a needy Jew, and it's like, oh, okay.
But it's the one
For the,
thing.
the cost of 1 cup of coffee a day, you can help Moshe.
It's one of the things that the boomers were totally right on. And I think that, you know, millennials and even Gen Zers are coming around to is the whole gold silver
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Totally.
based.
Silver more than gold, in my opinion. But
We
yeah.
had a Streamlabs one from Leftocast. Vince is quite handsome for a straight boy.
What the fuck? I don't know how to feel about
You
that.
think that, but he's actually 4'11".
I am.
That's funny.
He's just sitting on a
size.
booster seat. He's sitting in a booster seat right now.
Here we go. Another one from Left Coast, $5. I'm a male identifying gay Iranian. I voted for Harris, but I live in Deep Blue, California, so my vote for president doesn't really matter here.
Wait, what? I'm a male identify. Is that for real?
No, that was Left Coast. Oh, he's the one that complimented Hinsom, Vince, and said that he was handsome. I need more coffee or
Hinsom.
something.
You don't need more coffee.
Vincem. Very Vincem.
We got that one.
I'm used to it, though. On my show, people just like constantly sexually harass me.
That's based.
They ask me to take my shirt off. And
It's because your bald head looks like a nutsack, and so it makes people think of sex.
If you send enough super chats, maybe a $500 super chat, Vince will take
looks
off
like
his shirt.
one nut.
It doesn't look
Just bobbing around. Smack people with
Ew,
it.
I'm never
smack
gonna
people with it.
get that out of my head.
Oh, jeez.
Disgusting.
Let me quick check Rumble.
Are you guys hungry? I made cabbage rolls. They're
I
upstairs.
am hungry. I would love to eat your cabbage rolls.
Do we have any more super chats?
I'm checking Rumble to see if we got any Rumble rants, and it does not look like we got any Rumble rants. You guys need to step up.
Stop
your
harassing the
game.
audience.
Well, we'll
I'm
be
just
back
saying.
in 2 days.
We will.
Here we go. This one. I said you guys need to step up your games.
No.
We'll be back
Send
in 2
more
days with
Rumble
another show.
rants.
Oh, yeah. And then we've
Next
got,
show.
who's coming out Monday? We got Beardson.
Oh, dear Lord. We've got Beardson Beardley
we
coming
do.
up.
We do.
Let me pull up the calendar. We've got Beardson on Monday, the 7th,
Yep.
which will be fantastic.
We got
And then
Jake Shields.
We've got Jake Shields
Yeah.
coming
In studio,
person
yeah.
on the 10th of April. Then we've got Kai Schwimmer.
Nice,
Kai
nice.
Clips coming again in studio on April 14th.
Got them all
April
right here.
21st,
Here we go,
we've
Dave.
got
And
Jay
then
Dyer.
on Monday the 21st, we've got Jay Dyer coming.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know if he's
confirmed, yeah.
And then on the 28th, we've got Corey Mahler.
No way.
From Stone Choir
That's
podcast.
awesome. That's going to be great.
Who's going to be coming on. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to hear from the Mormons, the Eastern Orthodox, and the Protestants. So
Well, we've had 3 Mormons on the show, including Kai.
I'm just trying to make it not like only Catholic. So I'm trying to go out of my way to make sure that we've got other religious groups represented, some diversity here,
Right.
if you will.
One of the bigger super chatters of the show asked me what I think about Mormons. We like the Mormons.
Yeah, not bad. All my neighbors are Mormon.
Yeah.
I like them.
Sam Parker,
Mormon.
Yeah,
Mormon.
yeah, Mormon.
Devin Stack,
Black-pilled.
Mormon.
No, Pat. He's an ex-Mormon.
Former
Jack Mormon.
Kai Schwimmer.
Mormon.
There's a lot of Mormons.
Yeah.
A lot of Mormons in the movement.
I think Mormons and Catholics are going to inherit the earth. I
Isn't-
think we're going to be the last 2 religions left in America. I think Protestantism is going to die in the next couple of years, and then it's basically going to be like,
Isn't Mormonism, for all intents and purposes, Protestantism?
No.
Well, they're not technically. I guess technically you could say that, but they're not really.
Not really. They're kind of a different thing. They're their own thing.
The point is, we've got some good guests coming up.
Yep.
Yep, we do.
Check us out at Real Backlash on Twitter. Go to our website at thebacklash.net/donate. Give us some more money.
We need that.
Gibby the shekels. This is what we do now. People are like, you guys are shameless at plugging. I'm like, I don't know how people can make money on a
How
new
else
podcast.
can you
How
grow
else
the
can
show?
you do it?
We're
Yeah.
not going to be able to buy a missile
Yeah.
base in Washington and then like create like the
I would like-
racist
It's the only way.
headquarters of
Nope.
the radical right.
I would like
without
to
your help.
reassure the audience that under no circumstances will we use any of your funds to buy a defunct missile silo in the middle of Washington. It's not going to happen.
Comes with a missile.
It comes with a missile.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Thanks for watching, everybody.